My mouth is on fire right now. Ugh. Oh, I'm recording. So welcome back, guys, to more Not CCLP4. Yeah, I just had some extremely hot Cheetos, and yeah, that's a thing. It's like this black bag with hot Cheetos, and like 3 times hotter than usual. So yeah, we are on Berlin Wall, which there's some. I thought it was cloning, but apparently it wasn't. Yeah, this is supposed to be the Berlin Wall. And I played this level a long time ago back in BHLS 1. I said that in the last video, but I'll say it again, just because. Now, I know some of these traps aren't active, so to say, but I think I need that blue key before I do anything. So I kind of have to wait on a clone collision type deal. So yeah, I need a glider to go in this column. So while I'm waiting, I guess I might as well talk about some stuff. The last video, I was going to talk about my CC2 design stuff, like, because I mentioned that I lost motivation to make CC2 levels. And I guess I'll kind of explain why here. This is a long wait. I don't remember waiting this long.
Bummer.
Oh. Okay, well I want to see if there's anything else I could have done. I don't think there is. I don't think there's anything else I could do. Can I even control the cloner? I don't think I can. No, I have no control over anything, so I do have to wait. So, the reason why I've lost motivation to make CC2 levels is because, I guess because of the way my CC2 designing career has been going. And it's a very big difference between how I started designing CC1 levels and, well, CC2 levels. I mean, back when I first designed CC1 levels, I had no constructive criticism whatsoever. And I just designed whatever the hell I wanted to. Like the last level, Chaos. That was a stupid level to design, but no one told me it was a stupid level. However, and not only that, but I wasn't aware of a Chips Challenge community when I first designed levels. And are you kidding me? I pressed left. Oh my god. Is that going to continue happening here? Whatever. So, I wasn't aware that there was a Chips Challenge community back then. And likewise, I designed whatever I wanted to because no one told me the levels I was designing were crap. And even when I first got into the community and I had Josh L2 under my belt and the first Josh L3, even then I wasn't getting any kind of like bad feedback for those levels. I mean, hell, there are some people suggesting to play Josh L2 to newcomers into the community, like they did with Jeffrey when he returned. And I do realize the community's looks on level design now. It has changed like vastly ever since CCLP3 and CCLP1 and even CC2 for that matter. Like everyone's views on design is just, in my honest opinion, asking for a lot. And I mean asking for so much. Like, I mean, I don't want to make this sound like a bad thing or nothing, but if you watch Jeffrey's video series of my submission set that he's that he played. And I say played because he is technically done, but he still has videos uploading of it. But if you've been watching him, you can hear his feedback on some of them, and he'll be okay, there it is. He'll essentially be complaining about really small stuff, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that like I can't handle criticism, because I can. I mean, I know in the past I couldn't, and that was the biggest issue with myself that I had in the past, and that might be why not a lot of people left feedback on my stuff because of that. But I've learned to accept it. Okay. I don't think a glider will come up. Okay, good. So I finally have a blue key. I can do stuff now. I go in here. I don't think anything's. Yeah, there's nothing in here. But I can handle criticism. Don't get me wrong on that. I can. But like nitpicking and complaining about the really minor stuff with level design, I mean, it's one thing to say what you would have done differently with a certain level or something. Okay, I didn't even see that glider. And I'm gonna kill that T. I don't think I need him for anything. But the point I'm trying to make here is, I mean, level design, it's become this thing where it's honestly not that fun anymore. I mean, the whole point of the reason why I designed so many levels like I did in my CC1 designing career was because I enjoyed doing it. And I enjoyed making these levels that I think people would have fun playing. But it would turn out people just find stuff wrong with them. I don't get why that was there, but whatever. Oh, you went in here. Huh? Do I even need that toggle button? I don't even need a toggle button. What was that for? Oh, I have 4 chips left. What the hell? Okay, where's my 4 chips at then? Oh, you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me.
Bummer.
Okay, I'll accept that. Well, I don't want to, but I will. I'm gonna have to. It happened. So anyway, it's not a bad thing. I could talk more. But yeah, I mean, and I know Jeffrey himself has said it is easier to find things you don't like about a level than to praise something about a level you like. But I mean, that doesn't mean you have to only do that. And I feel like a lot of people do that now. And it's honestly a little discouraging to some level. I'm not saying I'm discouraged from designing stuff. That's not it. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is, it's just constructive criticism is one thing. Actually pointing flaws in a design out is another. And I really think people expect too much out of level design these days, and it's honestly kind of sad because I miss the times where people would design levels and they'd be excited to play them, no matter what kind of level they were. Now it's like, oh, if a level's too long, it's not fun. Or, oh, this level has a little bit of block pushing, it's going to be boring or tedious. And it's just stuff like that that bothers me so much. It's unbearable sometimes. And I can't agree with it. I don't think I ever will agree with it. I mean, I will admit there are some bad levels I don't like myself, but even with bad levels, even with this set in particular, I still find good things to say about this set, levels in this set, and they're bad levels intentionally. I mean, I'm not sure if that says something about my personality or something, but maybe that's just the kind of person I am. Maybe I just like finding the good things to talk about. I mean, yeah, that is kind of who I am as a person, but still.
Bummer.
Oh, that's just... that. Are you kidding me? That wasn't necessary. I wait that long to get the blue key just to get freaking sniped like that. But yeah, and I mean, the stuff I have designed for CC2 arguably is better than the stuff I first designed when I started designing CC1 levels. And even those levels are still getting criticized harshly on and pretty much complained about. Like, there's one, and I don't know who this is, but there's this user on CC Zone that has left feedback on just about every level of my CC2 set, Flareon 1 so far. And currently, the released version of that set has 55 levels. I think I have about maybe 60 now. And I'm not going to update it until it's completely done, if I ever do finish it. But of the 55 levels this person has reviewed and left feedback on, he's only left good feedback on maybe 6 or 7 of them. And this is CC2. There's not a whole lot to base your ideas off of. I mean, yeah, there's a couple other custom sets out there, and there's the main game, but the main game wasn't all that good. And a lot of people can agree to that. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed CC2, but there was so much the original CC2 game could have showcased, but never did. And that's kind of what my design style with CC2 is currently, is trying to design levels that could have potentially been in the original game had I designed them when CC2 was first around. And I've kind of chosen not to use logic gates just because they're overused. And it's not just that, I don't know how to use them. And I'm not going to lie and hide the fact. I don't know how to use logic gates. I mean, I'm willing for someone to kind of teach me, but no one really has. So, and I know I could technically look online and see how they work and everything. And I've even done that. I still don't understand them. Like, I need to fully understand how they work before I use any of them. I know how the AND gates work and all that, but like the circuitry levels that some people made, like Tyler's Simon level and stuff like that, I can never design stuff like that. At least not right now. Okay, so I don't get that chip. I think that's a little messed up in all honesty, but it's whatever. Aside from the waiting in this level is not hard. It's just it's just more waiting than I would like. Now let's not get sniped by this glider. Okay. Now I go back and get this chip. I think that's silly. I really do think that's pretty damn silly. Alright, that is Berlin Wall. Run. Do not go in the teleporters. You can if you want to.
Bummer.
This is the level I mentioned a couple videos ago, actually. This is that insane walker dodging level that's completely unpredictable. Though I find it a little fun. believe it or not. Those walkers are stuck, so that kind of helps. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, and you can go through the teleports. I mean, the hint says you can if you want to. Okay, so I need to wait. And I guess it kind of can be predicted to some level because there are no walls in this level other than the chips themselves. But I want to say I solved this once. I can solve this level, but not Chaos. Well, I did, but that's not the point. So yeah, I might be stuck on this level for quite some time. I don't know. This is not CC out before anything happens. I think as long as I'm diagonal from a teleport, I'm fine. I just kind of have to hope nothing comes at me like that. And I'm sure you can probably do some teleport skip glitch shenanigans in MSCC. But this is an MSCC, unfortunately. I do miss that program. But yeah, the whole CC2 stuff. It's honestly kind of a shame with the way design has just become this expected thing. Like, everyone kind of expects everyone to design levels that are fun, and if they're not fun, they're, oh, well, I don't want to play this again. And it's just like, are you serious? Like, I don't know. I know people have different opinions. See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. And there are no gravel tiles in this level either. Okay, so I have to madman rush this. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to do that. That's the only way I'm gonna solve this level. I just kind of have to go with it and just hope for the best. Maybe the whole design thing. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I don't know. But from what I have seen from other people's reviews and feedback and videos and whatnot, this level design has become this expected thing. Like, people expect some kind of quality in level design now. I mean, quality as in, like, they have to meet some standard. And if they don't, well, it's not fun to play. And I do get that. I mean, I do think every level has to have some kind of standard of quality, but I can't just necessarily... What's the word I want to use? Hate is too strong of a word to use. I guess dislike? I can't just dislike a level just because it has one flaw to it. Like, essentially that's expecting perfection. And I can never expect perfection out of anything. Okay, that's just in a loop. Okay, this whole side is nuts. Well, I got 8 chips left. Or 8 chips left there. So this whole right side gets clustered up, it seems. I don't like how that one is right by the teleport, but oh well. And the exit is down there. I'll probably just end up taking teleports to the exit. And take the top leftmost teleport that faces that you can enter downward in, and just go for it. It looks like I didn't get all of them. Alright, this is kind of dangerous. That was dangerous. Did I deserve to live that? I don't know. Okay, 7 chips left. 6, 5, 4.
Bummer.
And I failed.
Bummer.
Oh, not that way.
Bummer.
Okay, let's get the ones up here.
Bummer.
But yeah, it just sounds like everyone expects expects levels to be essentially perfect, and if they have one thing wrong with them or one thing that someone doesn't like about them, it affects their overall liking of the level itself. And I just don't like that. I really don't. I mean, I respect people's opinions, and if that's an opinion I have to take or accept, and I will, but it's just kind of unfair to the designers, especially the ones that have designed really good stuff in comparison to the stuff that was designed first in CC history. Like CCLP2 stuff is a perfect example.
Bummer.
I am going to beat this level. I am not going to skip this like I did with the Invisible Walker level. Again, this would be fun if there was a helmet in CC1. That one bounced off a Walker. So I've had 4 chips left. They all get caught up over here for some reason. I don't know why that is. Naturally, they should go through all these teleports, but they don't for some reason. It seems like they only stay over there.
Bummer.
Yeah, that one came out of the teleport right there, too. Essentially, this is Jumping Swarm on heroin, I guess.
Bummer.
Or on acid.
Bummer.
Bring back the acid cookies jokes. Those were the days.
Bummer.
So yeah, ultimately my CC2 level design, it has kind of been at a halt for a while. I don't even know how I died right there.
Bummer. Bummer.
Just because, not really because of that whole rant.
Bummer.
Just because of the everything else, really.
Bummer.
I just don't like how the standards of level design are now. It's not fun. It's really not that fun to design levels anymore. I mean, in all honesty, I'd rather go back to CC1. And there's really nothing stopping me from doing that, other than oh, CC2's out. You have to move to CC2 because it's out. And I know Jeffrey kind of ranted about the same thing, kind of. in one of his videos. So I guess I'll kind of say I do actually agree with him. Like, ultimately I do prefer CC1 over CC2. And it's only because I don't think CC2 overdid itself. I do think, however, I think it did overcomplicate itself. I mean, especially with the addition of logic gates and everything. I mean, I get that it makes some pretty interesting levels. I won't deny that, but were they really necessary? I mean, almost every CC2 designer is using them, mostly, just because of the amount of stuff you can do with them. That's one reason why I don't like them myself. Not just because I don't know how to use them, but everyone else is using them. Why should I? Everyone else is already doing that for me.
Bummer.
Okay, can I make some kind of progress on this?
Bummer.
I mean,
bummer. Bummer.
I keep doing that.
Bummer.
But yeah, I ultimately prefer CC1. I mean, CC1,
Bummer.
even though it only has like
Bummer.
55 or so elements that you can use, there's been almost 70,000 levels ever created, and that's just by a ton of other designers. And they're all, I mean, there's some rip-offs and everything, but even so, like, that's still a lot of levels. And that's just with the 50 plus elements that CC1 has. CC2 has almost 130, if I remember what JB said was right.
Bummer. Bummer.
And that, I think that's just too much in my opinion. Like, I do like the way it went, but there were some things I don't think CC2 really needed, and logic gates is probably the biggest one. In all honesty, I really don't think those were necessary for the game.
Bummer. Bummer.
The other thing I can probably say wasn't necessary was the mimic monster, but at least that one, you can have some pretty clever uses of a mimic monster.
Bummer.
Okay, if I do keep dying, I am just gonna skip this level. I mean, at least I'm trying here.
Bummer.
I mean, I'm dying a lot more often than I need to. I honestly thought I was gonna solve it when I had 4 chips left, and it's just been going nowhere.
Bummer.
I think this is a Tyler level. I don't think I said it was, but in case I didn't, it's a Tyler level.
Bummer.
And see, I was supposedly going to be safe right there.
Bummer.
Yeah. I'll only give this a couple more tries. A couple more. My cats need to stop clawing my furniture.
Bummer.
That honestly distracted me. Because it's 1 in the morning, and cats like to be hyperactive this late at night for some reason or another. I will never understand why.
Bummer.
I mean, I know why, I just don't agree with why.
Bummer.
Yeah, if I don't get this in like 6 more minutes, I'm just gonna skip it. You guys don't need to see it. I already skipped 1 level. I kind of didn't want to skip another.
Bummer.
Ironically, it's another Walker level. And our double irony, another Walker level that Tyler made. You really need to know how to use your walkers, Tyler. I mean, there's a whole cluster of chips up here, which is kind of nice, but... Okay, 11. Okay, one chip left. Where did I leave it? Don't want to leave chips behind in a level like this. Oh, it's right here. Okay, what is the topmost one I can go down on? No, 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 no. Do I really have to go all the way down to the exit? You're going to make me go down to the exit, aren't you? Wait.
Bummer.
No! Okay, you know what? That's close enough. That's close enough. I got all the chips. I survived for a good almost 100 seconds. I actually got all the chips before that. And look how close I am to the exit. And there was no way I could have survived that, because there was a walker ultimately stuck in this loop. Because I think it went down in the teleport, and it just went boop, 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 boop. So yeah, I essentially did have to walk down here to exit. So yeah, I'm calling that a solve. Because no chips left, 2 spaces from the exit, on a level like this, I'm calling that a solve. Whether you like that or not, that's a solve. I'll take the score deduction. I don't really care for scores in this thing, but I am calling that a solve. So yeah, I'll probably just I'll probably just keep playing off screen till another skip level button pops up, or I'll just dig the editor up and pull the password up for the next level, which I don't know what it is. So yeah, that's a solve. I don't care. I'm calling that a solve. I am not going to get all the chips in that level again. I think getting all the chips is an accomplishment in itself. So, yeah. So to not recap, but just to kind of like my final thoughts on the whole design stuff. I love designing levels, and there have been a couple other people that have said that they really want to see what I can do with CC2 since I've designed so many CC1 levels. And I really want to as well. But the whole design stuff, I like it, but I don't like it. I don't like how expected design has become. Even with CC2, which technically it shouldn't even be allowed with that game because it was just released a little over a year ago, or almost a year ago. So really, you can't really compare like better CC2 levels to the stuff I make because there's really not a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, there are better levels, but there's not a lot of levels for CC2. I think there's not even, aside from the main game, I don't think there's 1,000 custom levels in total. But, you know, if that's the way design has become, then it is what it is. I'll just have to deal with it. but I won't like it. I never will like it. So people are going to have to accept that I will never like that. And like I said on the download description of JCCLP2, if I ever do get bored with CC2 level designing, I am going back to CC1. Because honestly, I love CC2. I love the fact it was released and everything, and I love all the elements in that game. But if I feel more comfortable with designing CC1 stuff, I'm going to go in that direction. I don't care if every other member of the community is going to go with CC2. I will stick with CC1 unless I get bored of that game too, which I never will. Because there's as many levels as there have been with CC1, there's still stuff to be explored with this game. Not a lot, but there are still things to do with this game. And that's why I like Chip's Challenge as a whole. And especially with designing levels, there's just so much you can do. I mean, take that from a guy who's made 900 levels. Around 900. A third of them being submitted for CCLP4. So, with that, I'm going to end off that rambling. I will input the password for the next level off screen, and we'll go from there. Once again, this is a solve. I don't care what any of you say. I'm counting this as a solve. That's as close as I'm going to get. So until then, I will see you guys later for whatever level 115 is.